the business started with a fairly large project, and it grew very quickly. And the problem with that, you spent so much time working on the project that you didn't start looking for where that next revenue stream was going to come from. And we got into an awful cycle of a lot of work, go and find work, a lot of work, go and find work. And it is stressful, as many of you probably know, and it's not good business. And you sit there and listen to the stats of how many businesses fail. And at my age, when you go and start a business, you need to get it right sooner than later. And that was where I think the crossroad was that uncertainty of where that future sat.
So what do you think was that light bulb moment, that time that I guess you've realised that, hang on, age is, and they're your words, not going for me. I need to get this right. And ultimately we do have something in our hand that works. So what was the cross-connecting bits of all that to say, hang on, I can't hold back anymore, I've got to go for this?
I think one of the parts, it was a two-part switch, I guess. The first one was we had a major client default on us to the tune of about $250,000, I think it was. Now, when you start in a small business, you can't see that just walk out the door. So there's one of those holy crap moments that goes on, and then you start to panic and you try all sorts of things. The second part is you realise that through your own life experiences and other business experience, it doesn't have to be this hard. And realising that you cannot be, I think your term was the epicentre of it all, you need to get assistance from the sideline. You can be a good player, but it's great to have a better coach. So we needed to look at how we were going to take the business to that next stage and it not just be Laurie-centric, because Laurie-centric wasn't working.
So I guess ControlWorks, it's in an industry, automation, it's dealing with big end clients and the complications and the free kicks that come with that. What systems do you believe you've put in place since that moment of saying, hang on, we need to get some better structure here, some better fluency, some better, I guess, conveyor belt approach than ever before?
I think the key is, in order to know where you're going, you need to know where you've been. So the test and measure process, where we started to have a look at the data, and I think alluded before by the prior speaker, was unless you can share data with people, you've got no idea where you're heading. And the thing is, was it what we were measuring, was that the right stuff to be looking at? So the systems and processes are a way of targeting particular clients and marketplaces, being very precise about what it is you do. But you don't have to be perfect at it. But you need to be precise and deliberate. So who the people we were going for, the target markets, and stick to it. The second part was to start to make sure that your activities reflected what your game plan was. And if you're saying this and doing that, then you're never going to achieve what you're going to achieve. So we started putting process with checks and measures. We started test and measuring everything, and we started realising that what we said we thought we were doing wasn't in fact the case. We weren't getting the volume of business, we weren't doing the activities, our close rates on certain things wasn't there, margin slippage because of labour force, we've got productivity. So we started to measure and then start to focus down, and I think the key to that was putting all those checks and balances in place early.
And run us through I refer to rhythm, communication, the brutal truth. It is what it is, let's work through it versus let's just paint pretty pictures and feel good and do high fives.
Yeah.
How did you end up, I guess, getting the whole team or the team that you chose to embrace that data and improve that data?
I'd love to say that was easy, but it wasn't. And sometimes it was my communication skills. I have Damien, very fortunate to have Damien as a coach, who thinks I'm a softie. And
he's probably right then.
Yeah, he is. He's right, because I'm paying him to tell me that. But no, he is right. He's 100% right, that sometimes you've got to make those hard decisions and you're responsible for making sure people do push forward.